Welcome, welcome, welcome to this special Ask Me Anything training. And today you can ask me any questions that you have about healing, life, the Fruitarian lifestyle. My name's Luke Scott III. I'm a master quantum healer. I've been on the Fruitarian path since 2019, and I'm one of the founders of our VIP school group we have called Raw, Vegan, and Fruitarian Healing, where we have so much in-depth training for you, and we do trainings every week about all different kinds of things. But what I wanted to do today was jump on and give you an opportunity to ask me anything, anything you want about the healing path. So I've been studying quantum healing, hypnotherapy, energy healing, been on the shamanic training path since 2016, doing all kinds of weird and wonderful modalities and ceremonies. And I've helped hundreds of people one on one with their health issues and challenges, and thousands of people online. And even recently, I've started getting millions of views on some of my content because we are on a mission to actually transform the healthcare industry. Let me know if you are on that mission too. Just comment below. And we want to teach people how to actually cure whatever their issues are rather than just treating the symptoms. And this is why I created my modality called QRIT, which is quantum regression and integration therapy, where we combine all the best bits of all these different modalities. And so we work on multiple levels. So you eat clean, right? For me, that's mostly fruitarian, or it could be raw vegan, or whatever your path is. And then we work using the quantum healing on the physical, which a lot of people are in physical pain, have physical diseases. We work a lot on people's mental health. If you have something going on right now that you need support around, comment below, ask the question. If you don't want to ask it publicly, you could drop me a DM. I've got my phone here, so I'm going to try and monitor it. So apologies if you can see that I'm looking in multiple different places. I'm just going to check now on the account and see what questions people have. So we've already had a question about osteoarthritis, so we'll definitely cover that. We've had a question about how to heal eyesight, so we'll cover that. And what would you love? One of the things I've been helping a lot of people with lately is depression, anxiety. That comes up all the time. People with fears and phobias. So hypnotherapy and quantum healing are amazing for that. Helping people to reprogram their limiting beliefs. That is what holds most people back is some kind of story, some kind of trauma, some experience they had often when they were children. If you've ever looked into the link between how you were raised and then the way you are as an adult. So a lot of psychologists believe that the majority of your beliefs and programs and habits and behaviors are formed in those early years, and then you just carry those on for the rest of your life. So what can I help and support you with today? Ask any question. There's no question too big, too small. A lot of the time I help people as well with emotional issues. So they might be holding on to grief. They might be holding on to a trauma from a heartbreak or from a business that failed or something they perceived that they've done wrong that they can't forgive themselves for, and it ruins their life. Let me know if that's landing for you, and I can talk a little bit more about that as well. And then I help people a lot spiritually, and most people that I meet are very disconnected from their spirit, higher self, whatever you call that bigger part of you that's non-physical. And I'm super left brain. I'm a big science geek. I love physics. I'm also super right brained. I'm very creative. I'm very spiritual. I love to meditate. I love to do ceremonies. I love to connect, to travel around the world, visiting sacred sites and doing all kind of weird and wonderful things. And uh, wherever you're at, we can meet you there today. If you want to be more multidimensional, I could definitely talk about that. And one of the things that happened when I came out of my head, because that's where I lived most of the time, and I started being more in my body and especially more open-hearted, I became so much more happy. I used to be so angry, and now I'm so peaceful. And this is one of the beautiful things that I bring to you today. We can go into that if you'd like to. How can we get you to be more in your power? Whatever your power is, everyone has different strengths. So that's what I'd love to cover. I hope that feels exciting. And I'm going to keep an eye on the questions here as well, so we can help you transform your life. So let's go into it. I will just say as well, firstly, whatever I say today is just from my experience. Now, you are a unique being. What I say might be exactly what you need, or your path might be different. And this is one of the problems that I have with the conventional Western medical system is they lump people together without fully understanding what their path is. So don't blindly believe anything that I say today. Don't blindly believe anything that a doctor tells you. Like, always go and find your own truth, because what works for one person might not work for you. And in Western medicine, and some of my family are medical doctors, and some of my family are in medical school right now training to be medical doctors. It's a lot based around statistics. So they go, this works for 70% of people, and the other thing works for 30% of people. So I'll give you the thing that works for 70% of people, but you might be in the 30%. And this is the trial and error that goes on. And we talk a lot in our VIP group about different protocols for skin conditions. Like one of our founders, Paula, she's an expert in eczema. Her eczema was crazy, and now she's completely healed it. And I had eczema as well, and it was really difficult. And the doctors gave me every kind of cream, and uh, it was it was not helpful because they never treated the root cause of why the eczema was there. Putting a cream on your skin is great; you might get some relief, but why do you have the eczema, right? Why do you have the cancer? Why do you have the parasites? Like all of these things we want to really go into. And when you do this, if you choose to, you'll realize a lot of the diseases that we have, and I say diseases on purpose, the root of them is emotional. And if I give you a real practical example here, so one of my teachers, he had a client who had stage 4, I believe it was pancreatic cancer. He was told it's inoperable. He told you're going to die. Now, that's actually a really good place to get to when the doctors have told you there's nothing we can do, right? Then people go, wow, okay, well, I need to explore holistic options. So he went and he found this teacher who helped him, who was an energy healer, and he was a shaman, and he was he has so many magical powers. Maybe you have some of those. And in 7 weeks, they got to the root cause of his cancer, and it was gone. No more. They did a mixture of energy healing, working on the emotions, cleaning up their diet, doing breath work, doing all different things so that you could actually transmute and transform the energy. Now, if that sounds crazy to you, be open-hearted, be open-minded, give it a shot, and don't take my word for it. Like I said, go and explore this. Whatever your condition is, you will find hundreds or even thousands of people online, I'm sure, who have a similar issue and have cured it. So this is why we cure it. This is what we do. Okay, let me check in on the group, see what questions we have. Okay, so let's begin. Osteoarthritis. This is a really common condition. So many people suffer with arthritis. I actually helped a client recently who was diagnosed with arthritis. So this is really on the top of my mind. And here's what their doctor said. It's incurable. You'll have to have steroid injections. There's nothing we can do. It will get worse as you get older. And they came to me and they're like scared, right? Because this is what the doctors told them. Now, what did I do? And this is what I do for so many people. I told them, of course we can cure it. And now, why do I say that? Because what we believe is so important. If you believe you can't heal, that sends a signal to your whole body that you can't. If you believe that you can, it sends a whole signal to your body that you can. You start to find solutions. But I'm not just saying it flippantly. Like, I know because I research that so many people get arthritis and cure it. If you go online, go to YouTube, and just type in how to heal osteoarthritis holistically. That word is the key, holistically. See what comes up. I literally did this for my client. Someone saying, I cured it this way. Another person saying, I cured it that way. I had it for 4 years. I was crippled. I could hardly walk. And now I'm completely healed. Here's what I did. And everybody has different protocols. And this is what is so amazing about the healing journey. So many different ways that you can do this. I'll share with you a few. So, one of the first things is always look at, why could I have this? You can do this in meditation. You can get your notepad and journal. Like, your body is the most advanced technology that exists on the planet, right? Treating the symptom, getting a steroid shot is okay for temporary relief, but why do you have arthritis? Like, there is something you are doing that is causing that. Right? Whether it's your in this lifetime, whether it's something from your ancestry. Did you know that diseases can get passed down in your genetics? We know that, right? You can get genetic heart conditions and things, and all kinds of things can come. So it might not even be your thing. It could have been passed down to you through your genetics. But there's always a thing, there's always something that we can do. And I mean this at like the highest level. So there are people who are in wheelchairs, completely crippled, and they learn to walk again. They heal broken spines, like using what I'm going to tell you about now. So, one of the first things we always want to do is give our body the best chance to repair itself. And to do that, we want to take any strain and stress off our organs as we possibly can. So, this is where eating clean, living healthily, doing regular breath work, grounding on the earth are all really powerful things. And there's actually a documentary called The Earthing Movie. You can just go on YouTube and find it. And in the Earthing movie, they talk about people who've had arthritis, and just by spending 15 minutes a day barefoot on the earth, their arthritis goes. And now, how does that make sense? Well, in the documentary, they explain that arthritis is initially a way of your body processing inflammation. And when you don't give an outlet for that inflammation, it becomes harder and harder and denser, and that's where it crystallizes, they say. Again, see if there's any truth in that for you. So then, how do we get rid of inflammation in the body? Would be a first place to start for almost anybody, like whatever your disease is. Are you putting junk, poison, toxins in your body? If you are, and you want to get serious about being healthy, let's go on a detox. This is what we teach in the VIP group. We have detox protocols. We have everything that you need to do that. If you want to join, I'll pop the link under here, and you can come and you can see all the different protocols that we have. But go find someone to help you. If it's a coach or a healer, if it's me, or if it's one of the other coaches that we have. Paula, she has her specialties, and Lou Delmar, she has her specialties, and we have so many other beautiful coaches in there as well. In hypnotherapy, you're able to get people into this state that we call the superconscious state. And in the superconscious state, you're able to ask questions to your body and determine, why is this thing here? Now, you can do this in a meditation. You can do it while you're walking in a forest. Do you ever get thoughts come in when you're in the shower? They just land in. If you ever notice me closing my eyes, by the way, as well, that's one way that I go more internal. It's one way I can connect in with my truth instead of being distracted, because we can often get distractions in through the eyes. So you could just even just right now, just take a deep breath in and out, and just get really real with yourself, and not coming from the head or the brain, just seeing if you can tap into that deeper level of yourself. Just ask, what's one thing that I can do to help with this? Put whatever disease you have, arthritis or anything. See what comes through. There will probably be something in your life that is not optimal. There'll be something in your life that your body really wants you to change, whether it's the food you eat or the job that you're working, or if it's stress. When our bodies are stressed, they struggle to repair themselves optimally, regenerate themselves optimally. So often with my clients, we have to work on de-stressing. Often with my clients, we work on looking at habits or behaviors that they have that are less than optimal. And even I know someone, they also had cancer. We have to be a little careful what we say when we're on social media. And their cancer, the root cause of it was actually their marriage. They were in a toxic marriage, so they had to end that marriage, and then their cancer went away. Like, what if you have something so toxic in your life and you're not listening to that inner guidance? It will get louder and louder and louder. And one of the things I learned is, like, your superconscious speaks to you firstly through a whisper. It's these little things. You go to put the donut near your mouth and it just says, don't eat that, but you ignore it. You eat it, or you drink the alcohol, or you take the drugs, or whatever it is that you're doing. And you know in your heart what to do, right? You know deep down, if you're real with yourself, you know that there's some behaviors for you to change right now. Find a support system to help you do it. That's why we have this Facebook group. That's why we have our VIP group if you want the deeper level. But find other people to support you, to diet with you, to go to the gym with you, to go on hikes with you, like whatever the thing is that will help you. So we work on the physical, like what can we physically change? We work on the mental, like what beliefs do we have? Here's one. From when you're very young, you're shown images on TV and magazines of elderly people who have crippling arthritis. And that's in your subconscious then. Oh, when I get old, I'm going to get arthritis. That doesn't have to be your truth. Go and study tribes. Go and study people in Tibet, 100 years old, strong, healthy, like running around with the children. Imagine if they showed us that instead. Our whole life, we'd be thinking, oh, when I'm 100, I'm going to be strong and healthy. So maybe there's some beliefs in there. Maybe you saw another person struggle with arthritis. There's a great book called Dying to Be Me by Anita Morjani. She had cancer, tumors the size of lemons, um, and she healed herself completely. It took 3 weeks and then no cancer. And in the book, she explains how she did it, and she says that her whole life, or her whole adult life, she had this fear that she would get cancer, and she literally manifested it. Now think about what you see when you're walking around the world. Billboards for what? Cancer awareness, right? I walked into a doctor's office and said one of my family members is a medical doctor. I was going to take them something, and there's a big sign on the wall. It said one in two men will get prostate cancer, something like that. And in my head, I went, cancel, clear, delete. No way am I putting that in my subconscious, because that freak you out, right? You're thinking, wow, I've got a 50% chance I'm going to get this disease. Like, why did they show you that? Imagine if all the billboards were about health and wellness, and you saw these strong, you can go online on Instagram and find these 70-year-olds, type in fit at 70. They have six packs, they're strong. There's a 90-year-old woman who runs the London Marathon. Like you can see all of these role models of what's possible, but most of us don't do that. We don't take care of our body. So the health issues can be a wake-up call. Maybe this can be your wake-up call. So I hope that helps. I can give you some like different suggestions as well. Like I saw, if you do type in how to heal osteoarthritis holistically, I saw some people saying they had incredible success with a herb called moringa. This one guy said it completely healed him just like taking this moringa. So there are herbs and things that you can supplement with, natural medicines. You can go and find a herbalist to help you with that. Or again, come in our group. We have an amazing coach in there called Lou Delmar, and she can give you loads of advice. Okay, incredible. Just going to check in and see what other questions and comments we have here. Okay, ask me anything. Comment below. How can I support you? What's going on? Okay, a question here about healing eyesight. Okay, fantastic. We actually have a specialist in our team who helps people with healing eyesight. He's called Michael Angel, and you can check him out. He's a powerful dude, and he's also one of our coaches in our VIP school group. I posted a video on YouTube called How to Heal Eyesight Holistically because it's something I've been on a deep dive around. And people completely heal their eyes without LASIK, without anything. And I posted it on my Facebook as well, and it got my account demonetized for 3 months. They said it was a scam. They said it was false information. This was like around peak COVID time, so censorship was quite high. And it was just a person explaining, because I have a childhood friend. He was legally blind, and he healed his eyesight by doing these certain things. And so I know it's possible. And then he was able to juggle. He even was able to do circus performances and stuff. He's really cool, you know. I literally watched him as a kid heal his eyesight, so I know it's possible. And then you just go online again, how to heal eyesight holistically, right? You can find loads of different ways. So I shared this video, and it got taken down. So we have to be just aware, you know, when you go and search online, you'll probably find a lot of places saying it's a scam, it's not right, but just go and research like what they do in the East, you know, go research these more holistic ways. Cool. So a few things. So firstly, what can we do physically to help the eyes? That would be the first inquiry. There are certain exercises that you can do. There are certain things you can do to train your eye muscles. I remember some of the exercises are like you look at a light, you look away from a light, you look up, you look down, you work your eyes like you do in the gym. I know other people who use things like castor oil on their eyes, and it really improves their prescription. You know, they can have a real strong prescription with their glasses, and they then no longer need glasses. I know other people who have used a plant medicine called Sananga. Sananga, Sananga. Sananga is a medicine that they use in different tribes in South America, and you can get it here in the UK, and it's powerful for the eyes. Go do some research on that because it is a little painful when you put it in. It's like eye drops, and yeah, I know people have had great success with that too. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is unique. So, as I said, go and find someone who can guide you, figure out what your path is, because there might also be an emotional or energetic reason why you have that issue with your eyes. And I'm just playing here with, you know, intuition and just asking some questions which might be or might not be right for you, but like, is there something that you're scared to see? Is there some emotional thing or trauma that happened that you have not processed? If people can heal their broken spines without anybody touching them, just using quantum healing and energy healing, then can you heal a cornea or a retina? Of course, absolutely, you can completely do that if you choose to, and if you believe it, and if you find the right guidance and the right technique. If you can do it in your own meditation, you don't need someone else to show you how to do it. People have these miraculous healings. And so I would go down those paths if I was you. But again, get in a meditation, get your notepad, get your pen, just take a breath and just ask, what's one thing that I can do to improve my eyesight today? What would that be? See what comes through. And then keep asking the question. Obviously, cleaning up your diet, making sure you are giving your body the ability to heal. Um, when we eat junk food, our body has to process that, especially our organs. Our organs all have different functions that they can't do while they're digesting, or they don't do as well. And especially if your body is full of crap. So when we detox, when we cleanse, our body is able to actually regenerate itself much more effectively. So I would certainly advise doing a detox and a cleanse as well, if that feels right for you. Okay, fantastic. Let me check in and see what other questions we have. How are you finding this? Is this new information? I do have a completely free 2 hour recorded quantum healing that I can gift you if you would like. If you just message me or comment below and say free quantum healing, I'll send it over for you. And inside the VIP school group, which is just $47 per month, or if you book for a whole year, you get a 30% discount. Um, we're purposely keeping it very affordable, so we just want you to get all the information. There's full cancer protocols in there. There's protocols about all kinds of diseases, and I have in there several processes that can help you with whatever it is that you are going through right now. If it's overcoming addictions, if it is emotional eating, if it is getting to the root cause of your disease. Okay, wonderful. I'd love to talk about fruits. So someone's saying, I have plenty of knowledge about herbal diet and health. Okay, fantastic. So here's where I'm at with fruits, and I've been primarily fruitarian since 2019. Now, what does primarily fruitarian mean? It means I go sometimes an entire month only eating fruits, 100% fruits. Um, Probably I get like 90% of my calories over the year from fruits, and sometimes I eat some other things as well, but like mostly fruits. And fruits are my preference. And why fruits are my preference? Fruits are one of the easiest things for our body to digest. And they're so delicious. And it's really natural for me to just pick up a watermelon, or today I just ate a bunch of bananas. It's like so easy. And I find it helps me feel really light. It doesn't put a burden or a strain on my organs. When you overeat, it puts burden and strain on your organs. And yeah, I follow these incredible fruitarian athletes, fruitarian bodybuilders. They're jacked, strong people, and they mostly eat fruits. Like some people are 100% fruit, some people are 90%, some people are raw vegan that I follow that absolutely, strong as you can be. Some people eat sprouts. Some they swear by sprouts as a superfood. And there's so many different ways you can be strong and healthy and vital in this lifetime. But I find fruits really work for me. I don't particularly like cooking, never have. So again, that's really easy. And I find cooked foods are quite heavy on my body. Like there's very few cooked foods. My body is like, yes, this is delicious. Um, I mostly have cooked foods sometimes if people make me it, but I really believe like being fully raw fruitarian is the optimal path. And when you start to look at these people who heal themselves from all kinds of diseases, so often the way they do it is by going fully fruits or 95% fruits. And sometimes they go fully raw. Um, I found when I consume certain raw vegan foods that still feels heavy for me. Um, Especially gourmet raw vegan foods. You can get all raw vegan cakes, you can get raw vegan cheeses. You can really like if you have a dehydrator, you can get really creative. I find the simplicity of fruits is optimal for me, but find your way. And I would really aim for, and I recommend people to do an 90-10 rule when they're transitioning. Maybe you're thinking about transitioning. So that's 90% of the time, go fruits. 10% of the time, be a bit more relaxed. So if you eat 5 times a day, every 2 days you might have a more relaxed meal, right? Or if you eat 20 times in a week, then you might have four more relaxed and 16 where you eat, 18 where you eat fully raw, fully fruits, and two where you're a bit more relaxed. Just play with it depending on how much you like to eat and how often. But when I'm consuming enough calories on fruits, I'm able to build muscle. I'm the strongest I have ever been in my whole life. And this is because fruits have all the amino acids that you need to build muscle. Proteins are made from amino acids. And so, again, this is a whole trip that a lot of people don't get is when we just consume fruits, we get everything that we need. One of my Facebook friends, Tracy Lee, she's now 100 plus days of just watermelon, nothing else. And like she's strong. She just posted a picture today on the beach. She looks incredible. Wonder what day she's on exactly. She's on day 100. I'm just on her profile now. Day 104, all watermelon. She looks fantastic. Like, how is this possible? And this is one of the things that I would love for you to take from today as we close up. If you do have any further questions, please do pop them below as well, or send me a DM if you want to. I'm happy to answer them. We are programmed from young age to believe certain things, to believe that when we get old, we will deteriorate, to believe that we need to eat animals, to believe that we should work in a job 9 to 5 until we're 65 years old. All of these things are programs like a computer program, and you get to choose if you want to keep them or if you want to delete them or replace them with something. And so, learning to master your mind and reprogram your subconscious is one of the most important things. So, get around powerful people who are living the lifestyle that you would love to live. Go and follow all the healthy, strong, raw vegans. Go and follow all the healthy, strong fruitarians. Get in the group, make friends, come to our trainings, come to like feed your mind what you would love to be your truth. Because in healing, there is this thing called the placebo effect. Let me know in the chat if you've heard of this before. So, the placebo effect is well studied and it is phenomenally powerful. They can give sugar pills in a double blind study, sugar pills to people, but tell them it's medicine and they get better. A huge percentage of them, 70+% sometimes, because they believe they'll get better, but they're just taking a sugar pill, a nothing, a placebo. This is the power that you have. I had a really bad knee injury a couple of years ago. It's called a bucket handle meniscal tear. And I went to the hospital to get an MRI and everything, and they gave me crutches, and they told me Here's what they told me. This is the truth that a surgeon told me. You know, they only know how to cut you open, right? That's their thing. They get paid to do that. He said, if you don't get surgery, you will not be able to walk. Bucket handle meniscal tears cannot repair themselves. And in 10 years or 20 years, you will get really bad arthritis. Now, what did I say? Cancel, clear, delete. I'm not taking on his beliefs. That's his truth. You know, he's welcome to it. I know because I'm a healer and I help people with this stuff all the time. I knew I could heal my knee completely. And so I did. And I had about 20 different quantum healing sessions, curate sessions, EFT, hypnotherapy, all different kinds of things. And after 20 sessions, my knee is completely healed. I go on trampolines with my daughters, I play sports, I do everything, like no issue. Supposed to be impossible. But I don't take on their programming. And even I heard a doctor, they were on a call and I have doctors in the family, right? They're talking about this disease called Graves' disease. And I heard them say, oh, it's incurable. And I just cancel, clear, delete. I went online. I said, just typed in how to cure Graves' disease holistically. And boom, 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 boom. So many people said they cured it. Can you see the difference if the doctor just said, but, you know, it's thought to be incurable, but some people have cured it. Here, go check this out. Like, how different our whole medical system would be. And I had a client who came to me with type 1 diabetes, and they were really upset because they were told they could never heal it, you know? Now, I know because I've studied this extensively that all different kinds of diabetes are reversible. If you go to masteringdiabetes.org, there's a whole book about how to reverse every kind of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. Have to be careful what I say again on social media. Um, and so I told her, look, loads of people have completely reversed this thing. And I went into one of my healing groups. We have our curate group, which is full of healers, and I teach people how to be healers. We have certifications if you want to learn how to do this. And I said, has anyone ever helped someone with type 1 diabetes? And people just going, yep, 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 it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. Because if there's something wrong with your pancreas, fix it. You can fix your pancreas, you can change it. If your car is broken, if you go and there's an issue with your fuel tank in your car, you fix the fuel tank, right? You can fix your pancreas. And again, this is like, imagine if we were taught this in school. So I hope this opens your mind, hope this opens your heart. I hope you feel like excited about all of this. And yeah, it's a path, it's a journey. It took me many years to reprogram myself, and there are still old limiting beliefs that come up constantly, and that I'm always working through, and I find myself. And I'll tell you one that was really challenging for me. Believing I need 200 grams of protein a day is what Arnold Schwarzenegger told me if I want to be strong. But I follow these bodybuilders who only eat fruit, right? Only fruit, and they're strong. They build muscle. But that one did come up for me often. Oh, I need it. I need it. I need some protein. I'll eat chickpeas. I'll eat lentils. You know, like I need protein. I'll have a protein bar. I'll have a protein shake. Had to shake that one off. And, you know, I'm just giving you an example, right? That was so deeply ingrained in me. So be kind to yourself if something is deeply ingrained. Meditate often, get loads of hypnotherapy, quantum healings, curate processes, energy healings, like talk things through with your friends, find a supportive community. If it's our community, great. If it's another community, amazing. And surround yourself with like-minded and like-hearted people, and it makes this journey so much more fun. You could start up a raw vegan fruitarian meetup near you, right? You could just put it out there, get a group of friends together, hang out, do stuff. You know, we change the world when we do stuff like that. It's very powerful. So thank you for being here and watching this. And I hope you've taken away some great things from this. And I'll do more of these. Let me know if you'd like me to do more of them. And we do a weekly masterclass in our VIP school group. So if you're interested in that, come, you get to ask questions. We have a whole community section there. You can ask questions of me or any of the other coaches. We've totally got you covered, whatever it is that you need. And I love when people ask me challenging questions because that makes me dig even deeper. So I wish you all the best for this next chapter of your life. So much healing, so much joy, you being in your power, you living your purpose, being surrounded by community, and we can create heaven on earth together in this lifetime. We can be in joy. And I am now in a completely pain-free body, even though I was in pain for a lot of my life. And you can do it too, if that's your path, if that's your truth. And I did have a client who had fibromyalgia and they were really struggling with it. And their pain wouldn't go away. And so we asked their superconscious, why do you have this pain? And it said, this pain is actually here as a reminder, as a messenger, whenever you do something that's not good for you. And so if you feel pain, it's to check in and ask, what am I doing right now that's not good for my body? And you can stop it. Because how would your body communicate to you if you're not able to listen to the subtle things, if you're not able to listen to the whispers? It'll get louder. Pain is a signal, it's a messenger from your body. If you have a headache, you have it for a reason. If you have a backache, you have it for a reason. If you have arthritis, you have it for a reason. Like find the reason, cure it at the root, whatever that is, and then it can go away. And you might be pleasantly surprised at how fast you can transform your health if you work on the physical, mental, emotional, and energetic root causes. And one of the biggest um, diseases I see in the world right now, two, are mental depression and anxiety. I help a lot of people with both. Even people who are suicidal, who are really at the deepest depths, and maybe you've been there, maybe you have those thoughts sometimes. Why are you depressed? You can take a pill, of course, but why? What's going on in your life that is not optimal? Is it your job? Is it your diet? Is it some trauma? Is it your family life? Is it where you live? Is there somewhere else you're supposed to be? Because if you're not doing the things, if you're not taking the actions, it's going to get louder and louder and louder because there's a way for you to be happy. And if your brain is not producing enough of certain chemicals, or if it's overproducing other chemicals, you can change the way your brain is wired. It's called neuroplasticity. It's one of the most basic things you learn in quantum healing. It's one of the most basic things you learn in NLP or hypnotherapy. Your brain is a pharmacy and you can change it. And if you have anxiety, why is your nervous system getting so triggered? Did you have a trauma? Is there some blockage? Your nervous system, you could think about it like the electrical wiring in your body, and maybe there's just some wiring that's not wired up right. And again, if you took your car to the garage and said it's my electrics aren't working, they would fix it. You can fix it. You can rewire your nervous system. You can change the way your brain is wired up. And that's what I'm here to help you with and support you with. So if you'd like the free session, again, message me or comment below. I'll send that over. Or if you know you want to go fully and come and join our VIP school group, you're amazing. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you next time.